We need to ask Mr. Richards about his Minge Fudge. What was the first album you ever bought? Ah, come on, we want to know your age.
I can't do math.
I can make jokes here that people in America don't understand because they're really silly.
Start again.
Yeah, okay.
Not bad.
Holy shit, I'm gonna...
Okay, welcome back, you beautiful people. I'm here at the Birmingham Guitar Show 2025. Let's go and see who we can find. Looks like I found Billy Joe.
Couple of that.
You could.
Okay, so I'm here with Steve Cassidy from Steve Cassidy Music. Hello.
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 Hello. That ain't even working as a prop, it is. You can tell by the colour. But anyway, so what I need to ask Steve are a few questions that I've just asked Paul Drew from the Studio Rats. All right? Because he's here as well if you want to grab him. Yeah, he's a lovely bloke. Spot on. Right now, what's the first album you ever bought?
Oh, definitely Maybe by Oasis.
Are you that young?
Young. Yeah, I must be, yeah.
You must be.
I was a late
Oh,
developer of ear.
you make me feel old now.
Sorry.
Right, what was the first guitar you ever owned?
Well, it was a half-size pink Explorer made by Artist Guitars. Not the same Artist Guitars that exist now.
They're good, they are. They make
Yeah,
some
they're
nice
good,
stuff, they do.
Yeah.
Right, now, how old were you when you started playing guitar?
14 the second time.
The second time.
Yeah, the first time doesn't count.
Okay. And what year was that?
I don't know.
Come on, we want to know your age.
I can't do math. I'm 42. I thought it helps. I'm 42. There you go.
You're not.
I'm 42.
He got baby face, isn't he?
I can't
Proper
do the
baby
math.
face.
Sorry.
Right, if you could have one guitar, right, even if you don't own it, for the rest of your life, and you could only have one, what would it be?
Well, I'd have to make one up, right? And it would be, because my two favourite guitars is an HSS Strat and a Starcaster. So it would be
HSS.
an HSS Starcaster.
How did I know that was coming? You know, M and Starcasters, you wouldn't believe it, would you? Made by Jet as well, yeah? So
If you like.
Jet, Starcaster, HSS pickups, right? What colour?
Hot pink.
Honestly.
This colour.
Honestly.
Yeah.
You need a pink hat, mate.
I need a pink hat.
All right, so if you haven't ever seen Steve's channel, which I'm sure you will have, right, check out his channel. I'm going to put a link down below. Steve Cassidy, right? That's posh. Oh, hang on, you didn't get me one of them, did you? I need one of these. That's awesome. That's proper set. You've been thinking about this, haven't you? Right, so Steve Cassidy, check out his channel. He's awesome. Does loads of good, affordable guitar reviews. All right, spot on. But you do other stuff as well, don't you?
Yeah, bungee jumping, bath the beans.
We don't want to know about what you do at weekends, all right? Keep it clean. Right, so yeah, check him out. Awesome videos. Scottish YouTube legend. Let's move on to the next one. Start again.
Yeah, okay.
Not bad. Right, so I'm here with Paul Drew from the Studio Rats.
How do you do?
Absolutely legend from YouTube.
Legendary.
All right, now I'm asking him a few questions about him because obviously we know about his playing and all the stuff that he loves and he's awesome. But we want to see the man behind the guitar. All right, so what's your first album that you ever bought?
Dire Straits Brothers in Arms.
Quality, proper
Classic.
music.
This man is a genius. A genius.
What about when did you start playing? How old were you?
14. Oh my word, that was a long time ago.
What year was that?
1988. I've given away my age.
Right, so what about if you had to have one guitar, desert island guitar,
Yep.
out of every guitar on earth,
Yep.
even if you don't own it, what
Yep.
would it be?
Telecaster.
Really?
Yeah. Most
Really?
versatile guitar ever.
Right, and
far as I'm
is there a
concerned.
specific model or colour or anything?
I've got a telly. I've got a custom shop. It's actually an Esquire. So you know an Esquire, it's a one pickup telly.
Yeah.
But the Esquires always had routing, or they have routing for the second pickup. So I bought a custom shop Esquire and then put a Seymour Duncan in the neck position.
Yes.
And it's just my favourite guitar. It's just the best sounding guitar that I've ever had.
And what about if you could replace James Ivy with anybody, who would it be?
Anybody. Is
Anybody, yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Dead or alive?
I would replace him with anybody.
You're a bad man. You're a very bad man.
And who would I replace James with? What, as a drummer or as a co-host?
Co-host, yeah, co-host.
As a co-host.
Can you breathe out, please? You make me look fat.
I'm rich and I'm dead sexy.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny because he's fat.
Steve Cassidy.
Really?
You know,
yeah, he's awesome.
Steve's great.
I love him.
Yeah,
I try and catch him. I've seen him a few times, but he keeps disappearing.
He's about all over the place, but
Yeah.
he's got a great personality.
He is really
He's
funny as
very
well,
fun.
natural,
Very
very
fun.
natural.
Yeah.
Really. He's been helping me a lot, actually.
Has he?
Yeah, he does a lot of it on Instagram. He's texting me all the time, telling me where I'm going wrong, which is most places, to be fair. But yeah, it's made a big difference, to be honest. So it's nice that people help each other on YouTube as well.
Yeah, it does.
Not just sort of think of themselves and that's it. It's not a competition at the end of the day, is it? With stuff like that, there's enough room for everybody.
There is, yeah.
And I think
it's a helpful space.
It's good, yeah. Yeah, it's spot on. Right, so I've got one final question.
Yeah.
You liar!
What are you buying today?
Do you know what? So if you go around there, I think just over there, there's Aura Music Works,
Yeah.
and they're a distribution company, and they've got these Kaufman guitars,
Yeah.
and it's made out of, I think, Paluina, and it's about £6.5. This Stratocaster with a humbucker in the bridge. And I'm going through a bit of a super Strat phase at the moment.
Really?
Yeah.
Can I put the fender back now, please?
Not today, my good man. I'm feeling saucy. I think I'm gonna buy it.
Hey, tried Jet, by the way. You ever tried a Jet?
I have, because one of my friends, Lee, who sometimes comes on the channel,
He's awesome. Do you know what? They're the best. Sorry, James.
Sorry.
My favourite videos is when Lee's on there. So, even the other day, the one you put on this week. What a video! That was excellent.
Lee, oh, thanks, mate. No,
Yeah,
Lee's such a great guy, and I think he comes across really well.
Yeah.
He's like the voice of reason. I might get excited and stuff at least.
Well, you seem like the god,
Amen.
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 and then you've got the normal bloke in Lee that represents the rest of us, and so it feels like one of us is sat there with you,
Oh, that's
and that's
very
how it looks to the outside world, I think.
That's very kind of you, mate. I definitely don't consider myself a god.
You know what I mean? You're like that higher level, that on that
Oh,
pedestal,
that's
and then
very
you got
kind.
Lee that represents the normal bloke. You know,
Well, Lee's a fantastic, and he's great. He's a great player, and he gets great tones.
but I like his outlook on guitar gear as well. You
Well,
know.
the thing about Lee, he started off with wanting. Well, Lee just bought sort of cheap budget gear,
Yeah.
and then I moved down to about half an hour from him, and now he's buying expensive gear. So I don't know if it's my fault. but,
Yeah, bad influence.
yeah, probably a bit of a bad.
You naughty, naughty boy.
Okay, so finally, the air horn just went off, so we had to cut there. Honest.
I want the truth!
I farted.
Right, so what was the reason you started your channel, and is it where you expected it to be at this amount of time? And
That's a really good question.
has it taken you into a different place in life?
Yeah. So before I started the channel, I was a music producer and a songwriter, and I got a bit. It was a dream job. It was a dream profession, and I think I probably had a bit of a midlife crisis, and I wanted to do something different in my life. So I started doing. I'm going all in the weeds with your question, but I started making videos. I think it was a tuition video about something mixing. And then a guitar company came to me and said, would you make a video, because you're a guitar player, you make a video about guitars? I went, yeah, I'll do that. And then it evolved into that. So I've been doing it for, this is my 5th year. And no, I think I'm quite pleased about where it's at.
Well, yeah,
You know, I was, and I thought it would take me longer to get to like 100,000.
Did you intend to go this far with it, or did you
Yeah.
start out as a hobby, or you wanted to do it as a job?
Yeah, I tend to sort of go all in on something and then
Yeah.
and then work on it until something, and then I get bored with things.
When are you getting bored with this? So you're not going to quit anytime soon, are
No, I love this. I love
Yeah.
the thing. I love the gear.
you? Yeah, exactly.
I'm just obsessed by guitar gear. It's not even-
I've seen how many guitars you've gone through. Every time I look at like some of your older videos, completely different set of stuff there.
Yeah, well, it's good, but there's content.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah.
content, isn't it?
It's hard keeping that cycle going. There's just so many in and out all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just opened my eyes to the money involved as well.
Yeah.
You know, and trying to get rid of that gear without losing hardly anything and all that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, spot on. Well, thanks very much for
mate,
meeting me.
absolute
Really
pleasure.
appreciate talking
Absolute
to you.
pleasure.
Look, it was good to meet you, but, yeah.
So, all right, I'm out of here.
I've actually been following you for a long, long time, to be fair.
amazing.
And I'm not just saying that for this.
You are hero.
I've actually been, honestly, you're one of the reasons I even started doing it.
Oh.
So yeah, thanks very much. And appreciate it. Keep being awesome.
Holy shit, I'm gonna come.
Right, let's just do my makeup. Hang on.
This is a full interview. This is a full interview.
No, I've just got a few sensible questions.
If my producer goes, that's enough. That's it, we're done.
You dive in and take me down.
Go on then.
All right, don't forget, you need to get, I'll just push you there. All right, ladies and gents, I found the main man, Paul Richards from Milehouse Studios. If you haven't checked out his channel, link down below, get on it. Because this boy is the next YouTube internet star. He's already making waves in the industry.
Don't watch it on the bus.
not out loud anyway. Headphones. Headphones.
Yeah.
You'll need that closer, I reckon. It's so loud. It's so loud in
really
here.
loud.
Even though he's normally loud, there might be a problem today.
Yeah.
Right now, I need to ask you a few questions. What's the first album you ever bought?
Honestly, Michael Jackson 5 Live.
You're not that old, are you?
I was very young. CD players were new.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, they were new then. We had a CD player in our street, and we were top notch. There you go. And I'm 43.
Are you?
Yeah.
Guys, make me feel old now.
Long paper round.
Yeah, clearly in Beirut. Right, so what was the first guitar you ever owned?
First guitar I ever owned was an Epiphone from Samick, and an acoustic. I think it was a DR350S.
All right.
And I played that for about 18 years until my wife threw it down the stairs at me, but I'm not bitter.
Like, speaking of your wife, right?
Yeah, here we go. Ugly
Where
woman.
it gets
Ugly.
interesting. There might be a few bleeps here, right? Is that ugly? You can't say that.
I've said it.
She might see this.
You won't matter.
But anyway, right? Minge fudge. Is this any representation or bloody horns?
Good timing.
Yeah, good. Yeah, thanks for that. So we need to ask Mr. Richards about his minge fudge. Okay. Now, where did this stem from? Was it influenced heavily by your wife's condition?
No, it's not, because antibiotics sort all that sort of stuff out. But it does remind me of someone from youth club as a young man.
All right.
I'm not going to say any more. I don't want to name
Did
any
he
names.
fix it for you?
People don't realise that the camera lady is very, very young, so I feel inappropriate telling you the
She's saying
truth.
everything you said.
Yeah. No, and in fact, I think it might have been a subscriber suggestion,
Was it?
because my comment section is almost as fruitful as I am. So that's where that came from.
Fruitful?
Yeah.
Is that how you describe it, is it?
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
So, if you haven't checked out his channel, make sure you get down below. If you could have one guitar for the rest of your life, and whether you made it or whether it's, something you can't afford,
It would always be one that I made,
right?
And it's my number one. I'll show you it. Do you want to see it?
Okay, yeah.
You might have to edit this. We'll get rid of that picture.
Actually, I don't want to see because there's probably loads of dodgy pictures there. Tell me when it's clean.
Yeah, Mrs. Richards and her hooves. There you go. Can you get that one? That's my number one.
Did you design that? The
Yeah,
colour?
it's one of my fabric tops.
That's nice, that.
Yeah, so there you go. That's the one I'll never sell.
And I'm not even a flower person, but that is smart.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, that
There
is
you go.
smart.
More beautiful than Mrs. Richards. Thank you very much. I'm here all night.
Right, so if you haven't checked his channel, get down below, click on it. The man's an entertainer, born entertainer. He's going to make waves in this industry. Monty's, get onto him, get it licensed. We need minge fudge. What's the next product you're going to come up with?
Quim butter. Yeah.
What about cock cheese?
Oh, that's enough. That's enough. That's it. We're done.
That's cool.
Okay, so here I am with John Wines, the America's Got Talent superstar of the guitar world. So thanks very much for talking to me. So, what was the first album you ever bought?
One of two. Breakfast in America or Out of the Blue, and I can't remember which one it was.
Good choices, though.
It was one of the two, I know, but I can't remember if I'm honest.
And who was your role model, your guitar idol growing up? What was the reason you decided to pick up a guitar?
Well, I didn't really start playing until I was 19.
All right.
So by then it was obviously Eddie. You know, it was the early 80s. So Halen was great. Angus Young. Any what would now be called classic rock.
Oh, I remember all them. Don't worry.
Yeah,
we're all getting older.
Yeah, that was the main reason for starting.
Yeah.
You know, and I shared a flat with two guys who did play, and they were into rock music. So that's how it all happened. Really.
Yeah. And if you could only have one guitar on Earth for the rest of your life, not necessarily one you could afford, just anything you could have, what guitar model would it be, and who by, and what colour?
Don't know. Probably a Strat or a Telly.
Yeah. I saw you playing your Telly earlier.
Yeah,
It's a lovely one.
I love that.
Is that Sienna Burst?
I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely
it's
colour.
a Mexican one, but it's great. It does sound good.
Sound good. Yeah, I was going to say.
It does sound great.
Was it a player or a player 2 or something like that?
No, I think it was an FSR.
Okay, yeah.
It's a special run they did, and I bought it in the lockdown.
Oh, right.
And you know, because it was on offer, I think. And I thought, oh, I really fancy that.
Yeah.
And I'd had American Deluxe before, but this one sounds much better.
Yeah.
And it does, yeah, it sounds great. Needs some fretwork still, but it's getting there.
Yeah,
It's
nice
getting
one.
there.
So you in America's Got Talent. When you did that, what made you do it?
Well, I didn't mean to do it. It was all by accident.
How?
So, well, it was because, to try and cut a long story short, I had a student who was really nervous about doing a Christmas concert, and one day she said to me, well, so if you sir, you don't get nervous anymore. And that sticks in your head. And I was flipping through Instagram one night, and there was virtual auditions for AGT.
Yeah.
And I just laughed to myself, well, if I did that would make me nervous. And I just, for a joke, applied. And then forgot about it. And then 3 months later, I was waiting for an email from someone, and I couldn't work out why it hadn't come through. And I thought, oh, I haven't checked my spam. Who checks your spam? So I went into my spam, and there was the email from AGT. But I thought it was a scam, because you get scammed all the time. And why would that go to spam? You know, I was with the IT bloke in school, and he went, no, mate, I'd have a look at that. I think that's genuine. So I got older, but it was not until 2 days later that I realised, I remembered that I'd applied.
Yeah.
And that set off the chain of command. So I didn't really mean to do it at all.
Yeah.
Or I just applied for a joke.
Yeah.
And that's how it all come about.
Brilliant. Nice one.
All right.
So, you got a YouTube channel, haven't you?
I got YouTube, obviously, all the socials.
Yeah. So check out his YouTube channel. I'll put some links down below and all that sort of stuff, all right? And that's John Wines. Thanks very much, John. Nice to meet you. Pleasure. Thank you.
There you go.
Cheers, buddy.
Well, I mean, to be fair with you, maybe, but I imagine it'll go pretty.
All right, so I'm here with the wonderful Andy Ferris from the Guitar Geek channel.
I just hit that guitar.
You didn't just hit
I'll hold that.
Yo, look at these beauties as well. If you check their website out, Ortega Guitars, absolutely stunning.
This one is known as Andy's guitar.
Is it actually?
Yeah, because I loved it so much. Not officially, but now the fact that I've knocked it, I've probably got to pay for it.
Yeah. That's lovely, though.
It's beautiful to play. I'm not a classical player at all, but that is that's very nice.
The works of art, aren't they?
Well, thank you for asking me to talk to you on this.
No, cheers. Thanks for meeting me. So, I'm going to ask Andy a few questions. about the man behind the channel rather than the channel behind the man. Okay, so what was your first guitar album you ever bought?
This is embarrassing. It's hard.
It don't have to be guitar based, you know, just whatever the first album you ever bought.
Well, the one that sticks out was, do you remember in the 90s they had the classic rock albums?
Yeah.
The compilations first started being made. It was one of those, because I grew up with Queen and Rod Stewart.
Okay.
So those sort of albums were, my life was saturated by Queen. So the first album that I didn't buy, it was a Christmas present, so the one that Father Christmas gave me, was classic rock, the best classic rock album in the world ever.
I remember that advert actually,
and it was a globe on the cover. I think "Smoke on the Water" was the first track, so it's got all the ones that we know.
It inspired you nicely then.
Yeah. But then the first album I remember buying was Nirvana Unplugged in New York, and I saved all my money, and I didn't have enough. I looked on the back of the sofa, quite literally, and then my nan gave me £1 pocket money, and I was like, I can do this, but I have to walk to the town because I can't afford the bus fare. I think it was like £9. I managed to scrabble it together. And I still have it, of course, and it's amazing.
Kids today don't know what they got, do they?
They don't.
Make them feel old. Well, I ain't even done my makeup, look, I forgot. Right, so it's roasting it. It's like a sauna, isn't it?
Roasting, isn't it?
Absolutely boiling. So if you ever want to go to a cheap sauna, come to the guitar show, all right? Now, what was the first guitar you ever owned?
That was a Hohner LX90 Strat copy.
That's very well remembered. The model number and everything.
Yeah, Tobacco Sunburst, a 2-tone Sunburst. It came with a Squire 10 amp or Squire 15 amp with a gain button you could push.
Yeah, I remember them.
A green pick, which I lost instantly.
Well, they've all gone, haven't they? Where did they go?
I don't know. We even moved it went down the back of the piano. We moved the piano years later. Still didn't find the pick. Where does it go?
I think it's there.
So,
anyway,
we're the ones in the way.
Yeah.
Sorry. So Hohner X90. I swapped it for a wah pedal, and then I found it again on Facebook Marketplace only about 5 years ago, and I bought it back.
Really?
Yeah.
Same one?
Same one.
That's smart, that. And what was your first love, like band or singer-wise? What was the one that you sort of really went for?
That sort of turned me into a guitar player, or
yeah.
So it would be Nirvana. As I said, I grew up with Queen.
Yeah.
But what Brian May is doing is so unbelievable to my brain that I thought there is no way. How do I get there from zero?
Yeah.
Like I could never see myself actually being able to play guitar, because that was guitar playing for me.
Yeah.
And then when Kurt Cobain and Nirvana came on the scene, I thought, oh, you can also play guitar like that, and I think I can do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, those
good comment. To be fair, yeah, that sort of achievable step by step, and finding those
I still
ramps.
can't play like Brian. So.
Yes, you can.
One day.
Don't give us that. We've seen your videos. Okay, so. What age were you when you started playing?
12.
12.
So
you're a young man then?
Young, but not one of these sort of child prodigy things.
Yeah.
But what happened is the day that I discovered it, everything changed.
Yeah.
It wasn't like my parents got me into it and said, why don't you learn an instrument? It's guitar. What happened is a kid moved from Bristol city centre to where I'm from, the Forest of Dean, and he was new and weird and from a city. And with him, he brought Nirvana and he brought a guitar, and I'm like, what is this?
Open your eyes.
My life changed. It flipped. But I went from being really into computers and like programming my own games and really messing around with computers and gaming as well, to a musician. And now I'm back to doing both of those things because of the digital and back end side of being a YouTuber. So it really does push my buttons.
So with YouTube, when you started out, did you do it with the intention of being this superstar, or did you just do it as a hobby? What was the goal? And is it where you thought it would be? Have you got bigger than you thought you'd ever get? Or?
When I started, first of all, I live in Austria now. I've moved almost 14 years ago. I moved out there to start working at a school. I had the interview, I flew out there, and the school wasn't quite finished being built. So to cut a very long story short, I went to work on the Monday morning. There was no school.
Really?
Somebody had run off with the money, and yeah, there was no school. It's a big scandal. So I was in Austria, having moved all my stuff, my guitars and my amps and everything, to Austria, thinking, oh, I am suddenly in trouble. So I started teaching English, and I started busking as well. I'm big on busking, and I went back to doing that. And I was pretty much penniless. And my girlfriend was supporting us, and I was earning nothing, which, as a male of my age, feels terrible. It's bad for the ego, and it doesn't feel good. So I also found out you can't really play music in Austria because there's no bars like in England. You go to a pub or to a town, and there'll be some pub somewhere at some day of the week. There'll be a live mic or a band, and there was none of that. And so I'd have to go 2 hours to Vienna, and I didn't have any money. So I thought, well, how am I going to get there? And I ended up coming back pretty much breaking even. And all I was trying to do was earn money to pay for things. And yes, people watching this probably think, why didn't you just get a job at the supermarket or whatever? It kills me, So I did do those jobs, and I did teach English, and I did things that didn't make me happy. And I thought, what can I do to supplement that? So I opened up a channel that was doing video covers and video songs, and writing my own music. That's hard to get people to watch. Yeah. And then I saw people doing gear reviews. I'm like, that looks easy. But it isn't.
It's not easy.
But it looked like there was some sort of career path there.
Yeah.
So to answer your original question, yes, I did do this to do it as a job, but it had to be something I loved.
Yeah.
And I realised that the thing that I loved, guitars and people,
and the gear is obsession,
and the gear obsession, and all the live stuff that I've done where I actually have experience in using these things. So that all sort of combine that with computers as well.
Becomes all one.
Becomes the Guitar Geek YouTube channel.
Yeah. So, did you ever predict that you get this big?
I hoped. I mean, I'm not going to be self-deprecating or anything like that because I used to be. I'm doing really well, and the channel's growing really, really well, and I'm not going to say, oh, stop it, John.
Yeah, but you've earned it. That's the thing. You look how long you've been doing it, and the work you've put in. You can see that the progression through the years as well. So you want to. You're not as if you've just gone overnight, bang, there you go, straight up there. You've took the steps.
It's a strong
all the way
foundation.
Through. Yeah.
Hello. And I was being filmed on another camera. Hello there.
Hey guys, what's up? Just checking out the Justin Hawkins Atkins.
They're nice, they are. Beautiful.
Cool.
I'm going to have a go on those later.
Excellent. Are you having a good time at the show?
Terrible, it's awful. It's the last place on earth I want to be.
It's too hot.
I tell you what,
I love it.
It's too hot for this jacket.
Yeah. But you look great, so it's worth it. I'm just doing this video.
Yeah.
All channels need help. I was just about to say, I had some help in the beginning. So when I started, I reached out to people, as you did, John. We asked to be in this video, and as you're saying right now, you want to come in because they can see you then.
So we've got JoJoFryRocks here as well. She's another aspiring YouTuber, but Andy's really tall. She's really short, and I'm normal-ish, but only in height. Okay, so this is JoJoFryRocks. Check out. I'll put links in the description down below for both of their channels. Obviously, you'll already be on it.
I need the subs.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
Ignore these.
He's already there. He's already there. But yeah, so check out both of the channels if you haven't done so. All right.
Thanks.
And yeah, there's some great content. I mean, the thing is, you've got to remember that we're not in competition as YouTubers, are we?
No, it's
it's just loads more stuff for all of us.
Yeah.
We all need more content because we never get bored of watching all.
There's another one over
there. They're everywhere. Oh, there's more YouTubers than others.
How does it compare to Nam? Birmingham.
Birmingham. It's hard to say. What can I say? I can make jokes here that people in America don't understand because they're really silly. It's not the same. Nam is definitely crazier in terms of speed and go. And here I'm able to talk to people on a very relaxed business rather than my watch vibrating and saying, I'm really sorry, I've got to go right now.
Yeah.
And I get to not have to fly so far. I would recommend that you go to Nam.
Yeah?
It's a heck of an experience. I wouldn't go there without a plan.
Right.
You need to.
I do everything without a plan, so.
That's a big financial investment, right?
Yeah, sure.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm not super organised. I don't plan things necessarily, but I think Nam would be a super special thing to to go to. So you would have to have a reason, I think, for going, or someone that you wanted to talk to particularly, you know, or a particular thing you wanted to see. But I just wanted to say that I really enjoyed your videos about the new Fender Standard. Comparing to the classic vibe, I thought that was excellent. Bit different from what everyone else is doing, and I'm a massive fan of Squires, so I would have chosen the classic vibe, but there you go.
Controversial, that is.
Controversial. Anyway, lovely to see you both. Enjoy the rest of the show, and I'll see you on your channels, everyone.
Yes, sir. I'll stop wasting your time now. I'll just quickly finish off, shall we? Right, so, John. Right, finally. Okay, so...
Did I answer your last question?
I think you might have. I can't remember. It was a while ago.
It was a while ago. I just wanted to put it in there that people helped me. And as you said, there's no competition. Although there is competition, but it's healthy competition. It's like, we can do this.
But I think when someone watches a video, they don't watch one video of the subject. They'll watch multiples of that subject to get multiple different viewpoints of the same thing.
Yes.
And that helps them get... Because they don't know whether one person's being paid, one person's being... Well, not always, anyway, because some of them obviously don't necessarily be as transparent as they could be. And so you're never sure 100% of whether it's a completely individual viewpoint or not. So it's nice to get an evaluation of...
Absolutely.
You know, so there's multiple channels available, multiple opinions, and then you can make an informed decision. And that's what
I just wanted to put a caveat in there. Don't start a channel for the intention of making money.
No.
Because, as you're possibly experiencing, it's a long push until that happens.
And it's also expensive getting the gear in, getting it out, getting the gear in, getting it out, to keep the rotation going. So you've got different subjects and things to keep going with.
Even the camera that you bought is, what, £500, something like that? A little bit more?
Yeah. So it adds up.
It does, yeah.
And the thing is, you get one thing and you just want another to go with it, another to go. And even the mics, you know, just another DJ mic. So it just keeps going. It just ends up being like guitars. You need one more, need one more.
Less time playing guitar.
That's the other thing.
Doing the other thing.
I found that as well. I've actually played a lot less than I was before.
It's horrid.
But yeah, but it's still interesting, and we get to meet lovely people like this. So one more thing.
Yes.
Okay. If you could have one guitar for the rest of your life, any, you don't have to pay for it, but it could only be one. What exact model, make, and colour would it be?
This does not make good YouTube, John. Do you know what? I think out of everything, if I could only have one, I'm thinking of all the situations in which I would need a guitar. It would have to be an acoustic.
Okay.
Because I would want to do busking and things, and I want to do singing for my family. I'd want to do singing at the odd wedding that I do. Don't ask. I'm not doing them. I'd want, and I know I've stood opposite the booth, but there's an Atkin booth just there, and I have their J43.
Do you?
And it is simply one of the best sounds I've ever had of an acoustic. I think it would be that. It would be
Atkins are nice, to be fair. They've been really catching a lot of people. I mean, Justin Hawkins has gone that way now.
Yes.
You've got Danny Jones out of McFly. He's gone that way now.
I didn't know that.
No, yeah, he's gone that way. He's always been a Telecaster man, Fender Telecaster man. He's gone over to Atkins now. So they're really making waves. They're really getting people noticing their quality and their sounds. So it's interesting to see.
I played one in Vienna, and I'm like, oh wow, that was. I had to play the Gibson J45. One that was sounded kind of close was €7,500, and the J43 was, I think, 3,000. So it's still a lot of money.
Yeah, but in the grand scheme of things,
I think it'd be an Atkins J, or the one that I've just bought because I hit it.
Yeah, this is lovely, by the way. You need to check out Ortega Guitars because they've got some cracking pieces of kit here. They're works of art, absolutely gorgeous. You'll see the binder and stuff like that. So yeah, so thanks very much, Andy. I appreciate it. Lovely to meet you at last. Absolute legend. So check out his channel if you haven't done it before, but I'm sure you're already there. It's pretty likely, to be fair. But right, so thanks very much. Let's move on. Cheers, mate. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that. That's it for the guitar show here in Birmingham 2025. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.